Andreas, welcome to Glinski Uncut. It's actually a big pleasure and honor for me to have you here because I just read today what kind of artist you are and what kind of career you have behind you. This is very interesting. I have to read it from the thing. You were an artist for graphic novels. You did movie posters and record covers.
Yes.
You did music videos for Creator, right?
Yeah.
And then you started editing.
Yes.
And your whole movie career.
Yes, right.
How
well, I came at beginning of the 80s. I came to Berlin from Karlsruhe, where I was born, and I started drawing graphic novels, horror stories.
Just like this? No, you have to
no, I did it all my life.
Yeah?
I started drawing when I was a little child, and well, I was from the beginning. I was into this horror stuff and thriller stuff, and I tried to create really cinematographic graphic novels with camera movements and everything.
Like three-dimensional.
Yes, yes, and they were very photorealistic. Some of them you find in old issues of heavy metal and the French metal hurlant, and little Hitchcock-style thrillers, and also Argento-style thrillers a little bit. But the amount of work put into these stories was immensely, and it wasn't possible to do this professionally because I needed.
What did you do professionally in that time? What did you do professionally in that time?
I did drawing. I did drawing. After school, I did some jobs in factories and so on, but I drew all the time. And so I did some professional graphic novels, but the work was much too, the amount of work was much too high because I used to have to work 5 months for
one thing.
Yeah, for one thing. And
why this trash metal? Is this your side?
I met a guy called Karl Walterbach, who was the head of modern music, and he was a specialist for thrash metal in Berlin, and he knew my graphic novels and asked me to do a record cover, and I think it was called Rock from Death, and then another one, Rock from Hell, really cruel, creepy, gory stuff. And this was my first work I did. And then
do you like the music? I mean, is it like?
Yes, I got into.
You go like headbang and do it.
Yes, I got into the music when I did this record covers.
20 something, right? 20 something. How old were you then when this whole music and cover?
What do you mean?
How old you were then?
I was about 20, maybe 18 to 20. Yeah. And I came originally more from the Gothic music, and yes. And in painting these covers, I got in touch with Creator, Sodom, and all these bands, and I really got into the scene then, and went to the concerts and
privately too.
Yes, yes, yes. And so it was a pretty cool time in the beginning,
great youth.
the wild 80s in Berlin.
Then after the editing, you began to write screenplays and shot your first movies, right?
No, I came from. I started doing this record covers, and from record covers I came to music videos.
And from music videos you came to the short movies, movie scene.
Yes, right? Yes. I didn't really do a lot of shots. I did one shot, and that's all. But I did more than 100 music videos, and it was a huge business. I had my own company then, and it was the 80s and 90s where
it was the beginning of the whole music.
MTV and Viva. There were the big channels, and the budgets were huge for music videos. You could.
We had 20,000 the Deutschmark for one video.
Yeah, more, even more. We did.
95, I did one. I did a few, but we had 20,000.
Yeah, we did one for Extra Breit with Harald Junke, which had about 80,000 or something.
Yeah.
And it was really a lot of money, and you didn't shoot on video.
Like it?
Yeah, I loved it. I love to work with
artists.
And with Harald Junke. It was a great job to shoot Harald Junke.
Nice.
And you didn't shoot on video; you shoot on film, and it was there was much more money in the business than. And later, the budgets went down, and the whole scene died.
Yeah, no, because everybody could make a video at some point, right?
Yeah.
They got it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Yes,
everybody did it.
Right.
Every student, and so the companies were like, okay, why should we pay?
Yeah, this was the reason. Yeah, and so.
Always the reason, the fucking money. So blah 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 blah. But today you have masks, which is, from my understanding, you said it's different. Your biggest and most huge success so far, I believe. Isn't it like this?
Masks is the biggest success when you talk about reception in the press and.
In general, worldwide, I mean, like not only Europe but also worldwide.
Yes, we have really much festivals with masks. We had in 1 year we had 30 festivals worldwide, which is incredible, and we had a lot of reviews, and it got it got a cult hit now. But my first film, Tears of Kali, it was.
Mask is your second.
This is my second film, yeah. My first film, Tears of Kali, was I think worldwide a huger success yet. I don't know where masks will go, but Tears of Kali was incredible.
Don't destroy the microphone, please.
Oh.
Don't take out the thing. I'm killing you afterwards.
Oh, this is the microphone?
This is the thing.
Ah, that's okay. That's the connection.
You can hold it, but anyway.
Yeah.
Blah blah. Why do you think that is?
Is
it because of the theme and how it's done and what kind of movie it is?
2004 was a different situation. There were.
Kali was 2004.
Yeah, there was a bit bigger DVD scene, and the DVD sales, they were much bigger. On the other side, also, Tears of Kali is a contemporary film. The style is in washed out gray colors, and it's very realistic. And yes, right. And Mask is a very special thing. It's not contemporary. It's homage to the 70s, and in every detail it pays homage to this kind of film, to the giallo, and that even the German thrillers from the 60s, like the Edgar Wallace movies, and it's very different from Saw and
Saw.
and Paranormal Activity, and these are the films we normally see in the theaters, and. There is a huge fan following for these 70s films. Not only people who grew up with these films, even younger people who discover them by internet. There's a huge following for these films, but it's not the mainstream audience. So
you never know. You will never know. You
never know who's let's see how it goes.
This at the end. I mean, perhaps a big stage, perhaps a big, I don't know, Asian company. You don't know.
Yes.
Anything can happen, right?
We don't know what will happen.
Why do you think this is? Only because of how it's done, or what?
I think you need a little bit of cinematographic education to really go into masks.
You have to know Argento.
Yes, you have to know Argento and Bava. Yeah. Yesterday I've seen
Mario Bava, right?
Yes, Mario Bava. Yeah. Yesterday I've seen Planet of the Vampires by Mario Bava from
It's his first movie, isn't it? It's his first studio movie, I think.
Probably, yeah, it was. And it was absolutely fascinating. It's a science fiction movie which inspired Alien, and it's very, very artificial. You know it? You have seen it?
Of course, it's all in the studio and it's all red and blue.
It's all
somewhere.
Yeah, it's all shot in a studio. Everything is completely artificial, and there's a lot of fog and colored light. It's very, very scary. Yeah. But to really go into this movie, you have to be able to put your fantasy in. You don't see everything realistic there. You have to make the artificial sets.
You have to be open for this kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, and your fantasy is interpolating the images.
Yeah.
So you have to have this ability. Like when you go to the theater and you see only one chair and stylized backgrounds, and you have to accept this is a castle or something. And people who grew up with the 60s, with this, yeah, like the studio films, Italian studio films, German studio films, we have the ability to use our fantasy to go into this stylized environment and to make it real. But if you're completely used to absolute realism, like
the Americans, or what do you mean?
Like the audience of maybe, let's say, Saw or something. Everything is realistic and it's very. You don't need much fantasy to go into this world. But I think you need the ability to. And you need the cinematographic education, and you need the knowledge of these films to go fully into masks. I mean, you can see it as a normal horror film. It's a story which is maybe also attractive for young people who want to get actors and who want to get famous. Yeah. It's this theme. But to be fully involved into this film, it's better when you know the codes of the 70s.
Yeah, okay. So, how many awards did you already win with this?
I got about 7 awards or so. I got one in Ravenna, Italy. I've got one in Mexico. Mexico and Paris, we got the Audience Award, which is very nice because that's what you really want. And we got the Cine Plus Award in Paris too, by the TV channel Cine Plus, which will give us a free promotion in the Canal Plus channels.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. And we got in Argentina, we got some awards for best directing, best art direction, and best editing. And now a very important award is also in